Today, Dru's brought Alex a major technical challenge in the elegant form of a 20th century design classic.
This restoration is going to be quite a challenge. It's not like a traditional piece of furniture with wooden joints. It's a very complex design.
The chair will need to go to Graham's workshop for specialist attention on the shock mounts. But before it can be re-engineered, it needs major repairs to the seat shell.
There's a nasty crack in the base of this chair. I need to strengthen this, get it structurally strong, otherwise it could break completely in the future. I'm going to cut 2 sections out the base of the chair and put a piece of timber in which bridges across that crack. I'm then going to re-veneer the full shell just to give it extra rigidity, a bit more strength. I'm just using my Stanley knife now just to cut the outline out of my patch. I'll then chisel the area out just so I've got a perfect space to put a new piece of timber in to add some strength to the joints.
To mend the cracked seat, Alex has some handy offcuts collected over the years.
It's vital for any furniture restorer to keep offcuts of timber of all different colours, all different strengths. I've got some Iroko here, which is perfect for this repair. It's super strong.
Iroko wood is also known as African teak and is so durable it doesn't need oil or varnish even when used for outdoor furniture.
You can never cut your patch to match your hole, it just doesn't work. When fitting a patch, it's important to make your patch slightly bigger than the hole that you're filling, and then you adjust the hole to fit your patch so it fits perfectly.
Antique restorer Alex is still working on the Eames chair. A successful restoration could make dealer Dru thousands of pounds, but the badly cracked seat is far from fully repaired. To give it strength and a high-value finish, Alex is prepping the surface for a new layer of veneer. But over 50 years after it was first built, this comes with a challenge.
This particular Eames chair is made up of rosewood veneer. That's now protected timber, so I can't buy that anymore. I can't import it in to repair this chair. I'm going to use sapele as a substitute, and that's because the grain is very similar and the colour is very similar. Once I've glued this on, I can mix my own stains to add the grain in and my own stains to add the depth of colour that rosewood has, so it'll be a perfect match when I've finished.
Sapele wood is sometimes known as African mahogany. It's thought to have acoustic properties, so it's used to make guitars and other musical instruments. Alex is using an impact glue, one that bonds on contact.
Apply the glue to both surfaces, and once it gets a bit tacky and dry, then you stick it together and it gets a really good solid bond.
Following the smooth Eames curves precisely requires a sharp razor and a steady hand.
This veneer's gone on really nicely. The next stage is to match the colour, the grain and the finish. I need to recreate that goldness that you get in a rosewood. It's never uniform, so I need to add another layer of a golden stain over the top, which will add to the richness of a rosewood veneer. And then I'll finish it with French polish. This dissolves the stain that I've applied slightly and helps it blend in and look a little bit more natural. And it also gives that rich golden colour you get from rosewood.
French polishing is a traditional method for creating a high gloss finish by applying layers of shellac dissolved in methylated spirits. Shellac is a resin which is secreted by an insect known as a lac bug, native to India and Thailand and harvested by hand.
French polish is actually a very difficult material to apply. If you do it too slow, it gets too sticky. If you do it too quick, it can take itself off. And also, you need to get your consistency right. If you don't put enough methylated spirits in, it's too thick and you get a poor finish. If you have too much methylated spirits, it's too thin and you'll get no finish at all.
The final stage of this process is to add a protective polyurethane varnish, which matches the original Eames finish.
This veneer's gone really well. It looks like the original rosewood that's on the chair. Once this finish has dried, I think you'd be very hard-pressed to tell the difference between this and the original.
One restoration that can't be anything less than perfect is the repair to the classic Eames lounge chair. Salvaging some offcuts of rosewood veneer from his earlier seat fix, Alex is plugging the unsightly holes left behind from the previous patch-up.
I'm going to cut a wedge of veneer, use that as a template. You do a triangle because it's the best way of hiding the patch. Hold it up, use it as a template, cut the area out. Now I've scored down that line with my knife, I should be able to just break this veneer off and giving us a nice space to put our new template into. All I'm doing now is using a wood dye, and this is going to colour our patch to match the original timber, and then I'll put some French polish over this in a moment, just to seal it all in.
Using the original bolts and screws, the renewed pieces of the shell can come together again.
Really, it's gone as smooth as I could have hoped for it to go. Especially the repairs to the shell, I thought that could have gone a lot, well, you know, that could have caused me 100 problems, but it actually has gone very smooth. Structurally, it's solid.
Even the leather seats have had a makeover at the upholsterer's workshop.
It's good to see this chair back in one piece now. I know that inside and out and upside down, it's just been restored properly and looks right. So yeah, it's time for handing it back to Drew and hope he likes it.
10 days ago, this chair had been wrecked through neglect and a brutal amateur repair job. Now its famous original engineering has been repaired, its elegant finish restored, and its value increased from just over £1,000 to well over £4,000.
I think Drew will be happy with this restoration. I've maintained the original look of the chair, which is very important to Drew. We've maintained the look whilst doing some quite deep structural work to especially the bottom shell. How are you? Is she back? She's back in one piece.
Wow.
Yeah.